I think a lot of us have learned how to push ourselves, but we haven't really learned how to move forward naturally. Maybe it's because there is this hidden belief that if something doesn't feel heavy or painful, it doesn't count as real effort. So we pressure ourselves to get things done. And in that process, we use shame and urgency as forces to fight whatever we feel at the moment and to push through. But I don't think that belief is true anymore. I don't think we have to fight ourselves to move forward. We fight because we don't know that effort can come from two very different places. It can come from flow or force. In both, things get done. In both, we work and we try to move forward. But inside, they feel completely different. Force feels like fighting and dragging yourself all the way through. It's like trying to row against a tide that is moving against you. You move, but everything feels heavier than it needs to. And you waste so much energy fighting with that tide that even small distances become um, overwhelming and you feel exhausted after. But flow is different. Flow is like sailing with the wind instead of fighting the water. There is a still movement, there is a still effort, still energy is being used. But it's like you are moving with the power that is already there instead of fighting against it. I forced everything for a long time because that was the only way I knew how to get things done. Sometimes I sat in front of my laptop to do some work and I felt this heavy unwillingness. But to keep going, I kind of mentally cornered myself and I heard this voice in my head saying, just do it. Why are you like this? Other people don't struggle with a simple email. So I would sit, do some work, delete it, hated it. That's why I deleted it. And then I checked my phone just to escape the discomfort. And this went on until I basically bullied myself into finishing that work. And when I finished, it never felt good because I had abandoned myself in the process. And I think that's the cost of forcing. You could move that way, you could build things that way, you could even be successful that way, but your life becomes a constant battle with yourself. I didn't know there was another way until I learned to look at my resistance and my unwillingness in a different way. Instead of seeing it as something that I needed to get rid of as quickly as possible and get back to working, I started seeing it as something that was telling me what is going on inside me. It's like having a kid in home. If you are a mom and dad, you know what I'm talking about. When you want to take the kid out, but she throws a tantrum because she doesn't want to get ready to go out. Now you can ignore how she feels and force her to do what you want her to do, but you can also give her the attention that she needs at that moment, not with the goal of trying to control her, but with the goal of really seeing her. And when she feels seen, things shift. You can move together and you can get things done together. Things become like easier. So now when I feel that unwillingness or that resistance, I don't fight it. I treat it like that little kid. So I slow down enough to see what is going on. I don't turn it into a fight with myself anymore. And I think that's what flow is. Flow doesn't mean that you don't feel any resistance, any heaviness, any discomfort. It means you feel them and you let them be. You don't turn them into a fight against yourself. You just see them because that's what they are asking you to do. And that's where your power is. Your power isn't in forcing and overpowering yourself to get things done. Your power isn't in making yourself suffer so you can prove that you are trying hard enough. Your power is in staying connected to yourself while you are moving. Bruce Lee said, power comes from flow, not forcing. And I think we confuse the two because flow still needs some effort. You still feel some uncertainty, fear, discomfort in the process. So now, instead of fighting with myself, I remind myself every day that there is no prize in how much you suffered while you get things done. And I think that's a good reminder. Don't you think so?